evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Scary Stories by the Campfire. We are your instructors this evening, Jason,
And Jeremy.
and we are going to pump you up tonight in our
Yes.
world famous Death Spa.
Yes. Grab your 80s, your best 80s workout attire. Leotards and leg warmers galore.
This was actually a switch up. If you guys remember last week, we were supposed to watch Winter Beast on Monday, and well, we had some technical hiccups.
Yeah, they
The
took it off Shudder.
technical hiccup being Jeremy couldn't find it, so I could have just bought it on Vudu, right?
Oh well.
I may have been able to buy it on Vudu, but instead we scrolled through the luxurious library that Shudder has to offer, and we chose this gem of a film, Death Spa.
This movie was fun. Funny.
Yeah, this movie was
It wasn't awful.
this movie was something. Help. Help. What you need help with, Raven?
Yeah, it was definitely something.
She meant to say hello, and she said help.
I mean, it goes with the tone of the movie. I mean, so the first of the
God, this movie.
So this movie like found every 80s trope that movies were doing back then. So the first one is computers running everything. This is a spa that is completely ran by computers. So much that some of the weights are controlled by the computer, as one guy died from being like his arms were just like
Yeah, this okay, so let Jesus. I'm on the Wikipedia site right now. I was looking to see some stuff, and apparently, ooh, is that another movie? Please tell me it's another movie. Oh,
No, there can't be a
Yep.
sequel.
no, there's not a sequel, but there is a 1987 American slasher film called Killer Workout. We could have made this a whole theme, just a workout theme. So
Like Ron Simmons. Work it. Yeah. Come on, guys. You know you want to. Or Richard Simmons. It's Richard Simmons.
oh my goodness, look there! Look in the background. There's my favorite couple, the ones that were just pulling each other back and
One,
forth.
two.
Yeah,
One,
one,
two.
two. So the gist of this movie is that okay, so the movie is titled Death Spa, and I was hoping that the spa would be haunted per se.
It
Which I
was.
mean, I guess it is. I don't think she's entirely trapped there. I think she can move around and do whatever. But so the main guy who runs this.
He owns it. You cut out.
Okay,
There it is.
am I back? There I am. Okay, so the guy who's running the gym, it's alluded to in flashbacks about his wife committing suicide. I guess because she was in a wheelchair.
She
I'm
was
assuming.
pregnant, and the pregnancy led to her being paralyzed from the waist down. And they lost the
Oh,
baby.
oh, okay. Okay, so there's multiple steps. I must have missed some of it with all the craziness that was going on involved. But
It's how
so
she kills herself. That's great.
yeah, so she ends up burning herself alive in the wheelchair. And for someone who's paralyzed, she managed to get up and run a couple feet before she collapsed and died. But apparently, she haunts the gym supposedly with the ability to apparently possess the equipment, possess the computer system, possess her twin brother, There is no stopping her.
She's like the Oprah Winfrey of possession. You're gonna get possessed. You're gonna get possessed. Everybody's gonna get possessed.
And I'm gonna tell you, she possesses a dead fish. Actually, you know what? I don't think those are really her possessing things. I think it's just her kind of manipulating the environment around her.
Do you mean
But
this, Jason?
oh god, is this?
It's my favorite scene.
Oh, it's your favorite scene. Okay. Like a really bad Evil Dead.
Oh my god.
Just look at that fish fly. Just oh god.
And that was just it. Like, that's
I
how
don't
crazy
even
this
think
movie was.
I don't even think Jeremy could put my scene up there.
Oh, I can.
You can?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. You mean this one right here? So before I start it, let me just say when we were watching this movie, and we got to this point, we were sitting there.
We're not gonna get flagged or anything, are we?
Yeah, we should. We should be fine. So we're sitting there watching it,
should be fine.
and
My fate in your hands.
like, it came so far out of left field. Like it's crazy. We were just like, what just happened? But I'll let y'all see it first.
Oh god.
Oh god. And
I mean, just complete and total annihilation. It is it this movie goes so bonkers with it that you have the one guy. I can't even remember what his name was. He was like, I don't even remember what his exact role in this whole gym thing was. I think he was like some sort
was
of.
it Marvin?
No, it wasn't Marvin. It was the guy, the rich guy who was, I think, investing in things. I think they were trying to actually.
Oh, David.
They
Or
were actually
Tom.
trying to get.
It was
They're
his
actually trying to.
lawyer.
Was it the lawyer?
Yeah.
Was he? He was a lawyer.
Yeah. The one who was
Okay,
trying to
then.
steal the club from him with the girl that
Yeah,
just
that's what I
got
was
blown
saying.
up.
Yeah, yeah. He was. I think he was what in the sauna, and he was making out with his chick or whatever, and she kind of, his face kind of just falls off. It just kind of explodes all over. It's like, and this all happened at I would assume some sort of Halloween party, some sort of costume party that they're having at this gym. This gym is apparently the hot spot for everybody. You work out here, you party here, you drink here, you die here. You know, death by tiles.
Oh yeah, in the shower.
Oh
All the
my
girls were like
God.
in the shower, and out of nowhere these tiles just start like launching off the wall.
And they were only colored tiles though. They were like these. They're these colored tiles that were sticking off the wall, maybe like an inch. You know, they were just an inch thicker than all the other tiles. You just see them shake, and they just launch off, and they were hitting the ladies that were in there. It was kind of funny because every time they launched off, there would be like a little. I noticed like there was like a little hole in the wall.
Yeah,
You
where
know,
they were.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if that was the launching device or for some reason when they designed the gym, they decided to put holes behind all these tiles. But this movie, this movie is too much. It's too much.
It's funny because we were talking about how like the computer controls everything, and when you go down into the basement, it's somehow controlling a wooden door that's not attached to anything except a cupboard. When that girl went
Yeah.
down there
Yeah.
and she got her
Yeah.
face dissolved.
And the thing about this is that some of these deaths and stuff, they just don't make a whole lot of sense. Okay? Like in the beginning, the girl I would say the girl who was dating um Michael, who is the guy who's running the gym. Uh, Spontaneous human combustion is exactly what it was. Uh, she ends up getting chlorine gas in the sauna.
At the very beginning,
Okay,
yeah.
at the very beginning, and she ends up getting out and getting to a hospital. They take her to a hospital, and that's where you're introduced to Michael for the first time. He gets a call. He goes up to the hospital, and apparently he doesn't deal in the real world, because I'm pretty sure in the real world you can't just push your way through like those closed doors that tell you got to have like a pass or something.
This
He
is
just kind
the
of pushes
80s.
his way through.
This is the
Well, I
80s.
mean, yes,
You put an
it's the
action
80s.
jam behind anything like they did this one, and you can go through whatever door you want.
Yeah, he was going into, he's like poking his head in other patients' rooms. This is like a big kind of a big no-no. But then the doctor came out. She said, "Oh, come here. We'll talk." Da, 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 da. And she explains that this lady has suffered, chlorine gas poisoning, and she's going to be temporarily blinded. But apparently, she was burned pretty bad. Right? That's said, right? Oh, did I lose?
No, you're here.
Oh, you were just like sitting there frozen for a second. I was like, oh no. But I guess they said that she had been burned pretty bad, and when they panned into the room to show her, she's got this gauze over her eyes, and she's almost got like this cheesecloth over her body, and she looks fine. There's no burns on her. I mean, as you see kind of later on in the movie, there's no burns anywhere else. So, yeah, you kind of played that one a little soft there. Put some two-faced burns on her face.
I know, right?
Her up a little bit.
There could have been a lot that they
But
could have done.
I mean, yeah, no, that's because they spent it all on flying fish and face explosions. Um, yeah, so it's kind of like a what's happening type of thing, and some of the deaths don't.
Makes sense.
It's not that they don't make sense. It's just that they're terrible. Okay, so chlorine gas thing didn't work. Tiles being through, and let me tell you, all these ladies in this gym really want Michael for some reason. And he's either a complete idiot, or he is a big fat cheater. Because they got the two of the girls who got attacked with the tiles in the shower. They were like talking to him, and he's like, "Oh no! You know what? Don't you girls worry about it. I'll give you the next 3 months for free. You don't have to pay for the next 3 months, and all you have to do is swing by my office, and we'll sort it all out." And she's like, "Can you handle both of us?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can."
Yeah.
Michael, do you know what they were talking about there, buddy? Do you? I'm just curious, because either you do know and you don't care that your fiance, she was the fiance, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. either you don't really care because she's lying blinded in a hospital bed, or you're pulling a what's his name from The Room? Every
A
time he went
Mark.
over there, Mark. I don't know. Oh, hi, Mark. Um, every
What do
time
you what are you
he went
doing?
over, yes, every time he went over there, and she was all up on top of him and making out, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa, what are you doing? Johnny's my best friend."
And
Every time, and then
what
day
made
later, he
I
comes
was about
back.
to say
She's like, "Mm." He's like, "Whoa, what are you doing?"
what makes it even better is not only did he, and anybody who hasn't seen The Room, not only does he do it once, not only does he do it twice, he does it like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
Even at the party for Johnny, his birthday party, she's trying. He's like, "What are you doing? Johnny's my best friend."
Johnny's my best friend. We just wandered completely off of this movie. Nope. I take that back. Here's a link right back in. They toss footballs
In an office.
in, in the room, in an alleyway, which in this movie, they toss a football in an office, like Jeremy said. Yeah, so.
But Marv was great.
Yeah, I mean, the characters. Okay. Some of the characters were hard to, like, really figure out because not a lot of them get screen time. You got Michael. You got his blind fiance until I think about the end of the movie.
The weirdo
And then you have
stepbrother.
then you got
Or not stepbrother, the twin brother.
the twin brother, but I don't know if like he was the ghost of his dead wife is jealous of everyone. Okay, anyone who even blinks in Michael's direction, she attempts to kill. Okay, now the only real reason most of these people die is because they're too stupid to figure out how to survive. Like, let's take the one girl for example, okay? The one who is hitting on Michael. Well, she gets a little note that says, "Follow the map into the basement."
Yep.
And she's like, and he's like, "Hey, come find me there." And she's like, "Ooh, okay." And then she tells her friend, "Hey, I want you to go. You think you can handle him by yourself this evening? Because I gotta go." And she leaves, and she makes her way down to the basement into the poorest imitation of Freddy's. Freddy would have a nightmare about this place. It was so bad.
They come
Poor,
down
poor
the
boy.
stairs and there's like some weird conveyor belt thing next to it. Some dude like threw a box.
Yeah,
from the top.
that's like when you go to an airport, they had some sort of well, okay. First of all, I don't know why Jim would have a conveyor belt that goes into the basement. I don't understand the architecture of this building. Okay, this building makes no sense, but they have, and I swear, it looks like there's the rollers on it have spikes on them for some reason. I don't know. That's just me. But she goes down the stairs, and it's just this one conveyor belt. It just goes straight into the base, and it doesn't go anywhere.
It
Just
barely goes in the basement.
Yeah, it's like you got the little opening at the top, you got the slide that comes down, and then you just have the bottom. That's it. Is there a reason things have to go into the boiler room? And whoever is putting the packages on this thing are doing it entirely wrong. Naturally, what you want to do is the conveyor thing has got little rollers on them. And what you do is you put your package on it and you just give it a little push. It goes whoosh, and it rolls along those rollers. Whoosh. Gravity does the rest of the work. This guy just said, "Skip the rollers, let gravity do it."
That thing
I don't even know why
tumbled down.
Yeah, it's just like whatever was in there is broke now.
I hope.
But she continues on. She presses on.
I hope it wasn't a deposit bottle.
I shut up, Jeremy. Don't you bring Don't you bring the Goonies, piece of classic 80s cinema, into this. Okay.
No,
Which,
no,
by the way, is
no,
not classic.
no. I can bring it into this, Jason, because the blender. First, we take the plump little hand.
Ah. Yeah, so I guess they have like a juice bar up top also, and some girl faked her hand being caught in a blender and scared another person, which was just kind of not funny.
But then,
But by the end of it, she got her comeuppance
which you
in the
wouldn't die
blender.
from that.
I mean, I guess it depends. I mean, it would. I mean, in a way, I can see how it doesn't because it's just the hand. But I mean, the way the thing was chomping upper hand, just grinding all the way up, could have cut like several arteries and all the blood that was spraying out, you know, over the top. You know, um,
Chunk could have ended up like that.
he could have, and the Goonies would probably be something we would be covering on this because by that point it might be horror. But so she goes down there. Yes, yes, you shouldn't go in the basement for any reason. But she doesn't listen. But because she wants that Michael booty. And so she goes down into the basement and she gets in the boiler room area. And I'm presuming it's some sort of acid starts spraying all over the place. Um,
I don't know why she just doesn't leave the basement. Like, just leave the basement. Walk out.
yeah, so it was acid that was spraying on her, which I figured. I just didn't know if there was, a specific type of acid or anything that was going on. But she ends up getting doused in it, and what she does is just rolls around in it. I mean, they must not have a proper drainage system down there because it's just kind of flooding. But she's just lying there. She's like, "Oh God, it burns!" Oh, she's just rolling around in it, spraying on her face. She's splashing in it. She's doing everything but just get up and leave. I mean, I bet chemical acidic burns.
Whoa, you're like glitching really bad. Something's up with your mic or something. Yeah, you might have to disconnect your microphone or something because right now I don't hear any.
I did. Is it? Is
There
it
it
better?
is. It sounded like you were in the middle of like the ocean with
Oh,
3 layers of
Jason's.
padding over you.
Oh, Jason in the ocean.
So,
That's right. Oh, speaking of Jason, check this out. Boo-doot. Check out my shirt, Jeremy. I'm hyping up my Hawaiian shirt phase with some Friday 13th kicks right here. Look at that. Look at that. We got Jason right there.
so what's his David, I think,
David.
the attorney.
No, David was the brother.
Oh yeah, sorry, the brother. This was actually his last movie before his death at the age of 29.
Was it?
Yep. But he's best known before these for playing David in Star Trek II Wrath of Khan
He was a David in that one too.
and Star Trek III The Search for Spock.
The search for Spock.
So yes, but this was his last movie.
Well, that's sad. Did it say what he passed from? Or did it just not say?
Give me a second. toxoplasmosis, which is
Oh.
he had AIDS.
Oh. Well, that's a bit of a downer.
But this film also had to be extensively cut in order to avoid an X rating from the MPAA.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I would think so. I mean, this thing had.
They used a health spa that was previously a dance studio.
That makes sense for all the rooms. This movie had so many boobies in it. And then it had that. They had that paranormal investigator guy come in, and yeah, he didn't do anything.
Coming around with his little thing going, meep, meep, meep.
Yeah, and like I said, he didn't do anything. He just kind of shows up and gets killed off.
Dr. Lido Murray, played by Joseph Whipp.
Joseph Whipp, huh?
He plays Sheriff Burke in Scream.
Sheriff Burke.
Yes. Dewey's
No.
boss. He also played
Oh.
Sergeant Parker in A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Okay, well, apparently he's got quite a bit of. He does have some acting chops on him.
Too bad I got stuck in this.
Well, maybe it was fun.
Oh, God. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. These actors didn't look like they were having any fun. I'm just saying.
I guess it would depend. I mean, yeah. I mean, this had a relatively. Watching the movie overall, just kind of,
There's not much to talk about with it either. Like, it's very basic. It's very straightforward.
Yeah.
It just had some fun deaths, and that's about it.
We did laugh through it. I mean, we did laugh through it. It was fun to watch the first time. Yeah, maybe you go back a second time and try to rewatch it and see kind of what happens. But for a movie called Death Spa, I'm expecting the spa to do the killing. And really, this isn't a spa. It's more of a gym.
It is a gym.
They call it just Death Gym.
There was probably some copyright.
The tag is "You'll sweat blood." No, people were bleeding and blowing up and melting, but no one sweated any blood.
No one worked out so hard that. Oh my God. I can't believe I forgot about this guy. The little British dude.
Oh, yeah, what about him?
He was the best character.
That was Freddy. That was
He was the best. But like I said, there's not much to this movie. You know, actually make this podcast a little bit shorter than our usual ones because really we've talked about everything to it. There's not much else to do.
That's actually funny because you just mentioned Freddy. David Shaughnessy. Who had his character is kind of pointless.
Oh, it's happening again. Your microphone. But, yeah, got one guy named Freddy.
Yeah, he's done a lot of work as a voice actor too. He's been in like Destroy All Humans 2, Mass Effect, Elder Scrolls, Skyrim, Warcraft, Grand Theft Auto, Smite.
Yeah, just He's one of those people who just does a bunch of stuff, and they just keep bringing him back for more.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to pardon me because my mic keeps cutting out. It is awful. It's been usually I can usually just set it up and let it. I usually set it up and leave it alone. It's fine, but apparently it's just wanting to act out tonight.
Uh,
Yes, Dad thought it was a spa that killed the people. Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. There was another movie.
well, the spa did kill one person. They killed the lawyer. His head made his head explode.
Yeah, well, it's technically still the ghost, I suppose.
But you were saying, Jason? Sorry.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, okay. It's a movie. Wow, okay, it's a 1977 movie. It's called Deathbed: The Bed That Eats. Um, and see, this is kind of the idea that I was thinking of. Um, the plot centers on a demon possessed bed that is passed on through generations, bringing tragedy upon those who come across it. Usually, people lay down on it and it just swallows them and melts them inside. So that's kind of what I was. That's what I was thinking about when this movie was called Death Spa. I was like, oh, it's a spa where you go in and maybe the spa kills you in some form or fashion, either like cranking up the heat and you're just like ah, or something like that. But
No, none of that.
Jeremy, Jeremy, when's the last time you ever been to a gym?
Like, what do you mean?
Just last time you've been to a gym, whether you've worked out or just been in a gym.
I mean, my apartment complex has one, so today.
Okay, so I'm talking about the guy who's doing those arm things,
Mm-hmm.
right? So in the movie, guy's working out, and apparently the security system, this overall programmed system, runs everything, including the gym equipment, which is weird because a lot of that gym equipment should be able to be just picked up and moved. So unless
Not.
it's all on some sort of Wi-Fi, which I didn't think they had in the 80s, but because one guy's like riding one of those stationary bikes, and the other guy in the control room's like, "Hey, let's make this guy work a little harder," and he turns it up, and then the resistance, and the guy's just like, "Oh, that's too heavy," right? So you had this guy midway through the movie, and he's doing these arm things. You put your arms up, and you squeeze them together, and release, and you squeeze them together. And apparently, the gym equipment was like heavy, 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 and it was like opening, opening, opening. Why don't you just move your arms?
they were
I.
they were like hooked onto some straps.
That's what I'm saying. When's the last time you've ever gone to a gym and had to strap your arms into the machine? I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not a gym aficionado. I do not know anything about, you know, gym etiquette or anything like that. The last time I've been to a gym was when I was in college. So, you know. But I've never been where you have to actually strap yourself into the machine. It's especially how do you strap both your arms in? How does that work? You strap one in, you're like, and strap. Can someone come strap me in, please? You're technically. I'm assuming that in that gym equipment, you put your arms up, you got the pads, and I thought your hands went on the inside of the pad, so you're. No, they go on the outside because you squeeze them together.
I think it's just like a rubber band that you just slide your hands up under.
Still,
Just slide them out.
just slide them out. But really, even if they didn't
Uh,
have anything to strap it in, you just draw the handle and you push. That's all you do.
Yeah.
Oh, something happened. You let go and you moved your hand. But no, this thing's like, and then apparently, now, Jeremy, do you have a picture of the cover?
No.
Okay, if you look at the cover of the movie, you got the
Oh yeah, the dude. Yeah, he's in it.
skeleton Chica. Yeah, if you look at that picture, it's like his whole rib cage is splitting open, which is really cool. This movie, not so much.
No, it like popped out his side.
Yeah, it's just, and it didn't even do. You just saw a woman spontaneously combust. You saw a man get eaten alive by a fish. You saw a man's face blow up.
Heck, you saw the
You
woman's
can't.
face melt.
Yes, you got to see that too. And you're telling me you cannot provide what you put on the poster. Instead, we get this like little. It almost looked like a giant zit pop, just and he's just like, "Ugh," and that's it. And you're like, wow, that's lame. Want more?
Oh man. This movie was lame, but it was fun. Again, like I said, it was lame but fun.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I mean, like I said, you get a couple friends together, have a couple drinks, and then la di da, you can laugh at the movie and who's it's and whatnots it's, but it's not a movie I'm willing to sit through again.
No.
I'm not. I'm not gonna do this.
Well,
Not no more.
let's see what everyone on IMDb thought. A couple, you need to be drunk, is what PJ said. But before we do that, we did forget one little thing. How is it that this ghost can possess a screw to undo on a diving board?
Thing is that it didn't really.
And then she dresses up as a pirate with the weird, like, clear face on her. Because she makes her or her twin brother dress in drag.
Yeah, and then she killed the one security guy
With
who was watching over with her hand.
just.
Oh yeah, there was that. She pretty much just. He's like, "Hey, what you gonna do?" And then she put her hand on his face, and he's just like. And then when you see, yeah, just like that. And when you see him later, his face is all like twisted and distorted, like clay just moved around, which is weird.
But how he beats her is he short circuits the system and electrocutes a ghost
Yeah.
while electrocuting himself. But he's fine afterwards.
Yeah, and he had like the big cables. He had the cables. Oh, pardon me. He had the cables that looked like when Jaws came up and bit him in the second movie.
Oh, yeah.
Those big giant like power cables. He's like, yeah, you want to try this? Sparks are flying all over the place. Guy protected by electricity. He's not worried about the electricity. He's like, ah! Sparks just.
And then he just sits down. Like
And then
nothing happened.
Yeah. And then the skeleton thing was like, I think this is over.
But, like I said, let's see what IMDb thought of this movie. With 3.4 thousand votes on a scale of 1 to 10, Jason, what do you give Death Spa?
IMDb.
PJ says a 2.
I'm going to go. So awful.
Raven said a 7.
She thinks people love this movie. I'm gonna go with a 5.
All right. Ravenfire. You're the jealous wife. Lit herself on fire using a can of gasoline that spontaneously made her jump up out of that wheelchair real quick.
Up in flames.
PJ. You're like the lieutenant.
And the fish.
Be eaten by a evil dead fish.
Fish.
Jason, you win. It was a 5.2 out of 10.
This is something I don't want to win. Yes, PJ, a fish. Get over it.
Fishy.
Fish.
One that was supposed to be used for sushi. So it's like tail was like wagging.
Is that what a fish was supposed to be? That thing looked like a barracuda.
It was supposed to be for sushi.
What kind of fish was that?
It's all floppy around. But
I'm gonna try to look it up. What fish?
But
what
now
fish?
we move on to the spa meter. 0 to 100. What did the critics think of Death Spa on the spa meter?
Critics?
Yeah.
Ew. And this is
The spa meter.
out of 100.
Yep, 0 to 100.
I go with a 32.
All right. Jason. You're the girl that was helping the lawyer. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. Boom!
Boom.
PJ, you're like the lawyer. Sitting in there in that spa, you're all kissy, kissy, kissy. Then your face looks like a face hugger just came out of it.
That is.
Ravenfire, you went in the basement.
Don't.
And you let the acid fall, and you're like, oh God, I can't leave. And you crawled up underneath some cardboard for some reason, just to stick your head back out. And croak. And you want to know why all three of y'all lost it? That's because there are no critic reviews of this movie. The spa meter doesn't have anything. Which is funny to say, because considering last week we had a 0. Not that nobody reviewed it, but a 0. That's right. If y'all weren't here last week, I made them watch 4 Jeepers Creepers movies just so on the last one I can say that it had a 0 on the creeper meter.
Wow. Wow. So we got a 0 last week, and now we have a hasn't been reviewed because no one wants to review it. So we all lose. We all lose.
We are going to die.
Thank you. Good day, sir.
You lose. You get nothing. Good day, sir.
Oh, don't be bringing Willy Wonka into this.
But now we go to the audience.
Oh God, audience. I'm sticking with my default answer, 32.
What did the audience think of Death Spa? Makes me not want to go to a gym again.
Oh my god, are you serious?
What?
Nah. I'm on IMDb. And they got Killer Workout.
What are you looking
Fant-
up, like horror workout movies?
no, it just says more like this.
Oh.
It said Killer Workout. This workout'll kill you. Phantom of the Mall, Eric's Revenge.
Yep, I got that.
The Majorettes. Is that like a marching band killer movie? Oh my. A high school majorettes are being methodically killed by a mysterious masked figure. Meanwhile, a local gang are involved in suspicious activities around the school. Now, it looks like a cheerleader type of. I don't know. Why you show the trailer and it just shows the killer there? That's so lame.
Ravenfire, we're waiting on you.
Oh my god, that guy just dive bombed the. Oh my god. Okay.
Are we gonna have to? Are we gonna have to watch it, Jason?
I, I, we'll have to check and see. The trailer just looked really silly. Like he, like just.
It came out in 1988.
1988. Only a year after I was born. Jeez Louise. None of these people must have done Blood Harvest, Sweet 16, X-Ray.
Well, here we go for the audience score, Jason. Are you ready?
Yeah. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
PJ. You're like that. You're the security guard who got his face turned to Play-Doh.
You.
Just. Jason, you're Marvin. You got thrown through a window. You got thrown around, but you walked out a winner. You lived.
Yeah.
Audience score 36%.
36. I gotta get on Spotify here and get us a song on here.
Oh, anything from the Richard Simmons workout videos.
No, actually, apparently they got a soundtrack. I don't know who people are. Here's a song, I'm on Fire, performed by People. The Message, performed by Messenger. All Tuned Out, performed by Messenger. Danger Zone, performed by People.
Oh, it's not the cool Danger Zone then.
Two-Edged Sword, performed by Sergeant Rock.
What?
She's Cruel, performed by The Blazerades. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check out a couple of these and pop them on the old Spotify playlist.
Did you see what this movie's also known as?
No, what is it?
Witch Bitch.
Which one? I don't know. Oh, God.
What?
This movie.
But, anywho's, that is all the time we have for tonight. We will see y'all next week. Same time, same campfire. As we look at Jason's solo movie of his choice. And we've been to the health spa. We've been chased around Florida. So we got our workout in. And now it's time. It's time to cleanse.
I don't think it's actually
Not that kind of cleanse.
I don't think it's actually a kind of cleanse that you're thinking. And let me stick this. I know nothing about this movie. This was actually me and a coworker were actually, talking about movies. I was telling him about this movie that we just watched, and he was telling me about the one that we're about to see the trailer for. And the way he described it was just, it sounded insane. I'm actually kind of excited to see it.
Did you see who's the main character?
Yeah, yeah. He kept saying, he kept telling me who it was, and I'm like, he was trying to describe it. He's like, you know that show with the guy, the three nerdy guys. One of them's got glasses. He's had roommates. I'm like, what? You know, he's got the girl that comes over all the time. I'm like, Big Bang Theory. It's like, yeah, that one. It's like the guy with the glasses is in it. So I'm like, okay.
He's also that guy's also in I Know What You Did Last Summer.
And Christmas Vacation.
Yep. But here we go. We will see
Oh
y'all
boy.
next week. Y'all stay safe.
Next week. Yeah.
Are you searching for something? Wish you could restart. Well, now you can.
Okay, everybody. Who's ready to change their lives today?
Join us.
Welcome.
As you try a brand new program and face your demons today.
Come on, let it out. What? Out.
Thank you so much. And now, your cleansing kit. Each kit contains 4 drinks that you must consume by the end of the day. The next stage will be the elimination process.
Question: when you say elimination process, you mean like, right?
Yes, Eric.
The cleanse you drank has expelled all the negativity from your life. Stop! And put it into what you see before you.
Something came out of me.
That's perfectly normal.
What am I supposed to do?
What the hell is that?
You haven't seen your...
I know this can be a scary process.
You wouldn't believe what came out of it.
Don't you want to get better?
It was smaller at first.
Once you finish this, will be a beautiful thing.
Okay.